All right, guys, going to do a review here of the workout from this morning. It was CrossFit Open Workout 17.2. I'm kind of going through and picking these based off of the movements and the amount of time that the workout lasts. So anyways, this was a 12-minute AMRAP. That's as many rounds and reps as possible for 12 minutes of these dumbbell lunges that you're seeing me do there. So get a little stumble. Those are 50-pound dumbbells, and it's 25 feet down, 25 feet back. You've got to stand it up with hip extension at the top on every one, and that last step has to go, your foot has to be across the line. You've got to stand it up with both feet across that line. So 25 feet down, 25 feet back, and then there's 16 toes to bar, and then there's 8 dumbbell cleans, and you'll see me doing these with the dumbbells on the outside of my feet, and that was called for in this workout when I do these cleans. So 8 of those dumbbell cleans. You do that again for another round, and then your next round is exactly the same except for your toes to bar are muscle ups, and so you do 2 rounds of that with muscle ups, and then you're back on those rounds with the toes to bar. I didn't get that far. Most people didn't get through that many times, but that's the way it would go through on the AMRAP part of it. So I was pretty happy about that set of 10 toes to bar that I did there. Felt really good. I kind of had that rhythm down pretty good. And then these, I think I got these fairly decent here. Got into the swing of it pretty quick after that first one. Something about that first one I'm jumping from the wrong spot, or I'm not getting the right thing. So it takes a little effort to get onto the swing of it, and then that'll show up in the second round. I really struggle getting into the swing of it. So yeah, touching it to the ground, and with those on the outside of my feet, I don't know, I can't get much pop there, so I'm basically curling those with a little bit of effort from my legs and body. I don't know. And then I wanted to do those 7 and then take a little breather and then do the last one back up to the shoulders and then go into my lunges. So the one thing that they did with this workout was there was a tie break. So if you get the same amount of repetitions as somebody else, the tie break is the time it takes you to finish your second set of lunges. So like the muscle ups is the sticking point for most people. So if you can't get a muscle up and you tie with everybody else who got that last set of cleans done, then your tie break time is, I'm messing it up, I can't remember, but there was a tie break time. Yeah, it was when you got your last set of cleans done. So basically, you're kind of racing to that tie break point, and I probably should have raced this just a little bit more, but it's that balance of how fast you race and kind of blow yourself up versus do you kind of save a little bit and pace a little bit and are able to get more muscle ups or one muscle up, because even one different is obviously better than the tie break. You know, if you tied with everybody who got 3 muscle ups, and your tie break time was really great, but if you'd have slowed down a little bit and got one more, it would have been worth it to slow down. So I don't know. It was a little funny. My first set of lunges through, I just almost didn't make it to the end. This set, you can see I had went over way too far there. So for me, 25 feet, never gonna get it in 7 lunges. It's gonna be 8. So yeah, you'll see. So yeah, I mess up that swing. And there, I kind of get back into the rhythm of it. Yeah, I think there was a few of these that I even did as kind of almost like a single, where you're just kind of swinging up and hitting your feet as you're kind of swinging forward, as opposed to kind of hitting your feet as you're swinging back into it. So felt like we got a pretty good camera angle here on this, as far as kind of being able to see that whole workout. There, I got into it. Good boy. Yeah, I've got to get figured out kind of where I need to be standing as far as that bar goes to get that jump right. I don't know if I'm jumping too far forward and getting too much swing. Yeah, just too much leg swing there with no arms. There we go. There, you got it. All right. So then I go and I grab these, and I'm not thinking about that tie break time. And so I probably, if I were to do it over, I'd do all 8 of them here together. But I was just thinking about getting that next set of lunges done. Sorry, I think I might have messed it. You start with the lunges. No, I don't think I messed that up. I said that in the beginning. So anyways, that could have been the end of my round there at right about whatever it was, 5 minutes or whatever. But I messed around, and then Dan is like, hey, you might want to, and I'm like, yeah, I might want to finish that round up so that I can get my tie break time. And then I'm like, well, if I'm going to pick them up, I may as well just go do my lunge. So yeah, that was not the smartest strategy on the workout there, but lunging through, man, I'll tell you, so it was 8 down, 8 back, so 8 times 4, and what is that, 32 lunges. Yeah, that I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. It'd been a while since we did lunges, and that was the reason that I wanted to do this workout today. And I tricked Dan into doing it by not telling him that there were muscle ups in it until right before he was set up, ready to go do it. So yeah, and then I broke these set of lunges up here. I might have broke that previous set up too, but or maybe I did more than 32. I did 3 sets of lunges. So 8 times 6, whatever that works out to, 40 something. Anyways, I'm gonna be sore from them for sure. And probably the biggest thing that's gonna make me sore is just how big of a step I was having to take to make sure I didn't have to do like a 9th lunge. Yeah, done with lunges. Chuck those bad boys. Okay. So that was the beginning of the 3rd round, which is the first round that's got the muscle ups in it. I like these workouts for practice where they're putting the muscle ups kind of at the end of some stuff that's exhausting you a little bit. And so it's just good practice to see if you can do them when you're maybe not at your freshest. So looks like I've got, that's the one bad thing about this angle, don't have the clock in there. So got my first one. You can see, like when I press it out at the top, my shoulders are almost clear against the ceiling, so we don't have a lot of room to do these, but it's enough room for me. Dan practiced a few here, but I'm afraid if he ever does get up on top of that bar, it's going to be really cramped up there. So yeah, first couple felt good, and then it goes away pretty quick. I think I start missing them here, and then I have to start taking longer breaks. I think I had maybe 5 minutes to work on these muscle ups, and I did not get through them. No, that was so close. Oh man, that's disheartening. So let me tell you guys what I had here. Okay, so broke one of my rules. I did not get a goal written down for this workout. I don't know why, because I had it written on my sheet here for several days, and that's probably the reason, is just I had it there and I thought I had everything done with it, and then my hand just almost slipped off on that one, which that's a no rep, and it's a really disheartening no rep because you got all the way up there and then your hand slips off over the front of the bar. So, but yeah, I broke my rule, didn't get a goal written down. What I ended up getting was 86 reps. So I ended up getting 8 of these muscle ups. Ah, man, that's close. And that put me, if I would have done the open this year in 2017, I'd have been in 6,224th place. So that's men aged 40 to 44, 6,223 of them in that year. And that's getting several years ago now. That it would be worse now, but that many of them could do muscle ups really, really well. Like they could kind of bust out some of these muscle ups. So there was 24,007 in the open that year in that age group. And so that would have put me at about 70, in the 74th percentile. So yeah, so I felt pretty good about that. I'm very sore from the previous couple of days workouts. Let's see, we did so this is Wednesday. On Monday, did a bunch of wall balls and rowing in the morning workout, did a bunch of thrusters and chest to bar pull-ups in the evening workout, and then yesterday did a bunch of that ground overhead or snatches where you're throwing that bar up over your head, and the burpees. So on this third day before I do my rest day on Thursdays, I'm usually pretty exhausted by this point, and like I'll usually go down on a Wednesday morning and I'll get down there later than I usually do, and I'll putz around longer than I usually do, kind of stretching and warming up and deciding if I want to actually do the workout. And usually if I'll just stretch for a little bit, I kind of start loosening up and I kind of start feeling a little better. And Dan is really, really disciplined, and so he does the workout first, and then it forces me to do it. So that's kind of how it went this morning, where I wasn't really into it, but you know, that peer pressure, it's a big deal. I'm running out of time. Gonna try and get one more here. Time's ticking. Looking. Come on. Oh, I slammed my chest right into it. Yeah, and you'll end up with when you miss like that, you'll end up with a bruise right across there where that bar hits. But it's fine. It's a good teaching tool. Help you learn to do it better. All right, guys, that's the workout. I'm working on a video. I went back and I found some of my old videos from 2023. So I'm going to put a couple of those together, just side by side, a couple of workouts, and then I'll kind of talk about them. But you can kind of see how I moved and what I looked like a couple of years ago when I was doing this. And I had already been doing this for a year at that point in those videos. So it takes a little while to kind of build the skills and get stuff figured out, but it's doable. I mean, I've got a little bit of background in some of this stuff, but not much. I mean, we didn't have like a lot of coaching in this kind of stuff growing up, and then you know, when I was wrestling up at Iowa State, we did a little bit of stuff in the weight room, and probably if I'd have been a little more engaged and aware of kind of what we were trying to go for, I probably could have learned a lot more. But it wasn't something that was really even on my radar at that point. So I think it's something that anybody can do for sure. You know, definitely, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me. And obviously, you got the endless knowledge of the internet at your fingertips. So there's a lot of good videos out there on how to get this stuff done. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Obviously, you know, if you're seeing these and you know me personally, you can ask me anytime. I think I've said this, but I get a lot of questions in my day-to-day work. You know, what are you working on? What are you doing? And so yeah, hopefully if people have those questions, this will kind of help them get a little bit more of an idea, because it's not a conversation that you can have in 5 minutes. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing muscle ups, and it's like, well, what's that? Why are you doing that? You know, because it's a good measure of how well you're doing with your body weight, and how strong you are, and how explosive you are, and how much conditioning you have, because they're usually stuck in at the back of a workout. You know, so yeah, it's just hard to kind of explain all that. A video does a good job of kind of showing people, oh yeah, that looked really hard at the end of that workout to try and eke out those 8 muscle ups. So anyways, yeah, appreciate you guys watching this far. It is helpful for me to kind of go through these and learn a little bit about what I look like when I move, and what I'm doing good and what I'm doing wrong, and hopefully I'll just keep getting better and these videos will start looking better and better. Thanks. We'll talk to you later, guys.